Reasons to run away from the first date. Do you know the right excuses to get away from a bad date? Pay close attention. We know that a first date is nothing simple since nerves, anxiety, and sweat invade. Seriously, we know it, however, we take the risk of these encounters. But more than one girl has been excited on her first date, that is, she has created an expectation of that man she has been waiting for a long time. But what happens when all that falls apart on the first date, that is, your date is so bad that the dogs would like to cry, without exaggerating? It all starts when he invites you to go out and, you accept, you meet at a cafe or bar. You go beautifully dressed, you wear your favorite gems or your sexy dress, you get radiant ideal to captivate anyone who approaches you, but when you look at him and observe that he does not care enough, and even worse when you start to exchange words, right there you have it quite clear. That man and you will not get anywhere. When this happens, it becomes evident as much as when food becomes expired, since his conversation revolves around the following. 1. Does not stop talking about his ex. We understand that sometimes talking about our ex can happen, and believe me that this is normal, but turning all that moment to that person who was in your past or he had in his past makes the meeting tedious. The ideal is not to talk about the past, remember the dead do not come back to life, so it's time for you to give up that topic of conversation. If the guy of your date mentioned more than 40 times his ex-partner, we are not interested if he did it in a good or bad plan, believe me, you are not to be the bridge of any jerk, flee from men like that. 2. Mentions his mother constantly. Psychologically this is called Oedipus complex, it means that he has not left the nest and that he is therefore in love with his mother according to the psychologist Freud. Do you really want a man like that, who wants to look for a woman who looks like his mother? Get away, I'm sure you do not want part of this toxic dependency. 3. Does not take his eyes off your neckline. In fact, this happens, and in a certain part we understand that the breasts attract the attention of anyone, but what happens when in the whole meeting he has his eyes nailed in that area, so he does not even notice if you have eyes? Men who do this only want one thing, and we both know it: if you want only one night's relationship, then he's your boy, but a lot of eyes, he will not pay attention to what you say or do since he only cared about your physical. 3. He is a man of pure testosterone. This means that the whole meeting he does not stop talking about himself, as if you were going to give him employment and he was pointing out everything he has done and everywhere he has traveled. We do not know if you want to help him improve his personal resume. Remember, dates are with the intention of knowing each other better and not just one. 4. Presume to be a gallant. There are men who have their manhood so inflated that their ego prevents them from breathing. It does not seem bad or abnormal to tell his date about how an alpha male he is and how he has satisfied many women. Seriously, do you think this impresses you? Do you want to applaud him or make him a party? You do not need to hear this nonsense. 5. Judges you. This is the worst thing that can happen to you with a man, who feels bad for your comments and that after a moment you should watch your vocabulary. These encounters are about taking a break with someone who can talk about anything without depriving you of anything. Ditch these men who feel hurt gratuitously, remember not to be enduring things like this. 6. He gets nervous when other men look at you. Maximum alert. It means that inside this man he keeps a terrible defect called jealousy. A jealous man is a nightmare for anyone. Do not forget that the translation of a jealous person is to be an insecure person. When all this is presented, I am afraid to tell you that you only have two options: standing him until the end or escaping. If you want to take the first option, there is not much to say because you know what you have to do. But if you decide for the second option, be honest with this guy and run away as fast as possible. To learn more women dating tips, download my books free by clicking the book image on the right or the link in the description below, and please subscribe to this channel, share this video and visit my online store. All I need is love.